shooting some chimeras, some carriers, but I can't be completely sure. But you see some explosions going on all the time. These are small player ships. Well, I say small. They might not necessarily be small. They might be battleships, but compared to the scale of this fight, they're considered small. So it's pretty sure that some expensive kill mills are going to be posted after this.
All right, you guys might have heard that little creaking behind us. That was like a dungeon door opening for, you know, an old CCP employee emerging from the archives to tell me it is in fact pronounced Galente. Very disappointing for me having it wrong for all these years, but there you go. So the Galente Navy, still it looks like getting the job done, as this Titan is low on HP. I'm not sure where their targeting is. I see other caps getting to players here. I can't imagine that this is going to slow down anytime soon. Let's see if we can find, I kind of want to find another person, another player ship that's getting, oh my gosh, look at all those wrecks. It's just crazy. Hundreds and hundreds of wrecks. I assume
yeah, this is wrecks on wrecks. You know, this is just like a stack of wrecks everywhere.
By the way,
you can see everyone suspect flagged, everyone shooting at everyone. This is not a contained fight by any means. This is people blowing up all over the place.
Another amazing thing about this event that just sort of occurred to me, I was talking before about people diving for the loot that that Super Capital dropped, one of the first Caldari Navy Super Capitals that went down, but think about what's available in terms of money here. I mean, if you come from other games and you think about like looting corpses, you know, the sort of standard stuff dropping off of NPCs, in our game, players drop loot in the same way, and players actually can decide whether or not they want to be, you know, a snake in the first zone of the game, or they want to be a raid monster. And so I'm sure among this like sea of wrecks, there's just enormous amounts of money waiting to be looted. And
all right, I got some interesting facts for you right now. 941 people are firing on the Titan right now.
Wow.
Yep, 941 people, and he's holding a 17% shield.
I was going to say that is, if anything, a testament to the power of a Titan. I assume he's getting a lot of reps, you know, a lot of remote shield transfer coming from potentially players who are trying to support the Caldari Navy, also probably getting shields from his bros in the Caldari Navy flying the Super Caps and the Chimeras. So his HP is sort of holding, but man, that is a ton of people.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that in my history in EVE, I've never been shot by 941 people at the same time. So that must be a lot of damage coming in and a lot of reps. So the Galente fleet has now switched their primary over to one of the Wyverns of Caldari Navy. So that's going into like 85% shield at the moment. Holding pretty steady, but dropping slowly but steadily. Tide dilation is at 13%, so we're still moving pretty slowly.
I think I found another player getting shot at. I'm excited about it whenever I can discover those individually. There was a Dominix down here in the middle of the Galent Navy. The Dominix is a Galent battleship, so he's probably supporting the Galent Navy, or at least he could be if he chose to. And I just saw like tons of firepower getting unloaded in his general area, and now I don't see his ship. So
you can see at the bottom left of the screen. There's the Wyvern that's taking the fire from the Galente fleet. You can see all those blaster fire, all that blaster fire coming from those Morrises just hitting that Wyvern straight in the backside. That's gotta hurt, and it's dropping down. It's now in 61% shields, so it's going down pretty fast.
I want to give you guys more views, but I also don't want to crash your computers with the amount of graphics going on here, so I'm kind of trying to restrain myself from moving around too much. I'm just kind of... Okay, it looks like the Caldari Navy is focused on one of the Galente carriers. I can see a Thanatos in there, which is a ship that launches ships, if you will. If you're not familiar with EVE, a large portion of the capital ships in the game, their firepower comes from launching smaller fighter ships, like wings of fighter ships that are kind of around the size of the smallest player ships, and that's what a carrier does. That's what the super carriers do, and we have both of those on the field right now. and it looks like the Caldari Navy wants to get rid of those if possible. So they're firing on that guy right now, and this Caldari Navy Wyvern that CCP Bro was talking about, he is in bad shape as well.
Yep, it's down to 20% shields right now, and it's dropping fast, 16%. It's not a happy camper, that's for sure. 10%, we'll be seeing that one go down pretty fast. Samio Kuda in the Caldari Navy Wyvern is going down fast. So while we have like this small moment for anyone new to the EVE Online universe and EVE Online in general, what's happening right here is that this is a huge storyline event. These are two factions in the game, NPC factions, that have been fighting a war for a long time, but they've had like a stalemate for some time, and then while now one side is pretty, you know, they're not going to take it anymore, they're just going to go in and kill them. So a total all-out war has broken out in space and in on the planets, and as I say that, the Wyvern just goes down. So remember, this is not the only battle taking place. The Gallente and Caldari are fighting right now on the planet as well. Like right beneath us on this planet, in real time, there are Dust 514 mercenaries fighting each other. It's all part of the same world. Everything's happening in real time, and that's what makes it pretty cool.
Oh, there's a Talos in the bottom right of my screen, a player ship. I can see taking
fire. Oh yes,
fire.
a Talos. Yeah, you know that ship pretty well, don't you?
He probably won't die. It's a pretty good ship. He looks like he's trying to escape from the center of that fight, where I'm sure it's not very easy to survive for long. Yeah, he just exploded. So, again, to sort of paint the player side of this picture, if possible, that was some awesome alliteration. There is like, 1,500 players in this system. Everyone in the system, just by being here and taking part in this event, has been flagged as suspects, which means everybody here can be fired upon by everybody else, and it's complete mayhem. Players have invested their actual assets to take part, and many of them have died. Again, I want to flash the brackets on. I just love seeing this.
Wow, those wrecks. That's a lot of wrecks. That's for sure. Someone's gonna have a hell of a time salvaging all this.
Yes, it is a crazy amount of ships still on the field and a crazy amount of loot waiting to be picked up.
Oh, and remember, if you're not playing EVE currently, you can pick up a free trial at trial.eveonline.com, and the next time the event like this happens, one of these players here could be you, and shooting at a huge ship.
You know, more importantly, it doesn't have to be in an event like this. You can join the game tomorrow, you can get picked up by a large alliance, you can fly a small ship that's responsibility is to help disable or help slow down a large ship, and you can get into fights at this scale like the day after you join the game. It's, not every player does that, but it's an option. You don't need a CCP live event to get involved in enormous conflict in EVE Online.
It's actually true, and if you think about it, this event has 1,600 people about that participating. But if you think about the fight that spontaneously happened the other day, that had over 3,000 people participating, and that was all players, and that was huge.
Yeah, and not to mention that we're talking about capitals here. I mean, these navies, as part of this storyline event, have brought substantial capital fleets for sure. 25 capitals on each side, but players are much braver than the navies, and they're willing to bring 20, 25 Titans on each side. They fight over structures that can be destroyed. There's really I don't know. It feels like there's not much of a limit to the scale. I mean, players are constantly pushing how much they're willing to risk and how much they're willing to lose, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's true. And as a constant reminder, there are actually fights happening on the planet right now. The last time we looked, the difference was 2 fights out of 600. Pretty much in the instant battles happening on the ground, while there was more of a 27 fight advantage to the Caldari in the mercenary battles. So we're seeing a lot of battles happening on the ground, almost 1,000 battles happening on the ground, just taking part in this war, while we see this one massive big battle happening over the planet. And as you can see with your own eyes, there's a lot of action happening here. And sorry about us not being able to lock up every ship that's dying and show you all the brackets. This is just a precaution to try and ensure that stream quality is good and that we're not compromising or potentially crashing the client or crashing the stream by overstepping our reach and our capabilities of the computer we're using.
Again, I'm just like trying to take this in. I mean, I see player ships firing on the Navy ships. I'm watching this Drake in the upper corner has fired some missiles that look like they're probably headed towards some gallant Navy ships. You know, Caldari, a Drake. Caldari, a Drake is a Caldari battlecruiser players fly. He could be, you know, sided with his faction there, representing Caldari. See people warping in and off grid. If you're new to EVE, grid is sort of what we call the area a fight takes place in. I don't even know how to start to explain that, but I don't know. This fight is just enormous. It's just crazy how much is going on here. It looks like over here, look, there's a Chimera that a lot of the Gallant Navy's shooting at. I see all the blasters coming in kind of from all directions to that carrier sitting right above the Titan in the middle there.
Yeah, that Chimera, the Asabi Turpo Chimera, is taking damage right now from the Galente. He's on the side of the Caldari Navy, and he's dropping really fast. He's down to 18% shield, so he's going to be going down 9% shield. He's going to be going down pretty fast. And you can see most of the Galente are shooting at the same time, so massive amounts of damage is coming in at every single time they shoot. And now it's into 99% armor, and that's not going to live a whole lot longer.
And just a quick recap for people if you've joined us new. I don't know how many streamers do we have now, bro? We have quite a few people.
We have 8,792 people watching.
Almost 9,000 of you. I'm CCP Rise, new CCP employee, coming from the player community recently, and CCP is amazing. I just want to say that because I've been here for like 2 days. I'm really excited about it. CCP Bro alongside, he's kind of the stream, kind of esports guy for CCP, and we're excited about bringing coverage like this to you guys as much as possible, maybe more often, headed into CCP's future. And what you're looking at is a storyline event. These sort of events happen weekly. They're run by a team here at CCP that helps guide sort of the kind of the universe's story behind EVE, even though you know, the majority of EVE content is player created. It happens you know, emergently and kind of dynamically, and but it's supplemented with these storyline events. This is maybe one of the biggest we've ever had. I'm not sure if it actually is the biggest, but it's really enormous. It's centered around this Titan that's been sitting in space for 5 years in EVE time, kind of as a threat, sort of a kind of Cold War mutual destructive sort of threat against the Gallant Navy by Caldari, and the Gallant Navy's had enough of it, so they're here to remove it if they can. And that has caused a ton of players from all over the EVE universe to come and contribute. They're helping both navies, whichever side they prefer, as well as shooting each other. We've allowed them all to shoot at each other as well, and I imagine a lot of the combat that's going on field is from player to player.
Yeah, definitely. And a quick update on the size of this: 100 players in EVE right now fighting. We also have 1,700 players on the ground fighting at this moment in Dust. So the entire scale of this fight is about 3,100 people fighting towards the same goal in this same significant storyline event. And this is mind-blowing. And a huge shout out to everyone that turned up to the stream. We're up to 8,800 people. That's really good to see this interest, and definitely makes us strive towards bringing you more and more of these events in the future, and upping the quality of the broadcast and upping everything. Just doing everything better. You guys motivate us, and that's awesome. And if you don't play EVE currently, you can pick up a 14-day trial at trial.eveonline.com, and if you want to check out Dust 154 on the PlayStation 3, you can do that through the PlayStation Store, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
Or you can check out Dust 514.
514, yeah, I meant to say that.
Yeah, and I don't know. If I could get if you're thinking about playing Eve or you're not sure what you're looking at, I would just encourage you to sort of try to process the idea that every ship you see on field, both enormous and small, is piloted by a player. In this case, some of the players have Galent Navy or Caldari Navy factions that are only here right now. But nonetheless, this is a fight with 1,600 people in it, and would have, if our system could handle it, 5,000 people in it. Factions that are only here right now. But nonetheless, this is a fight with 1,600 people in it, and would have, if our system could handle it, 5,000 people in it. But they're all players, and kind of everything they do matters. The ships they're flying have to be built from materials that come from mining, that come from reprocessing, from killing NPCs. It's not like this is some instance where at the end of it everybody gets their stuff back. This really matters to people, and we've already seen in the case of a really expensive battleship, players contributing enormous amounts of ISK to participate in this event. I don't know, it's just kind of incredible to me that the scale of the game and the consequences involved in playing it.
Yeah, definitely. And like if I roll through the overview here on my side, we might be able to see if we have some shiny ships still in local or on grid. I mean, we got a Megathron over here, another Megathron. Of course, we got all the capitals that are all over the place. Another Megathron, some Typhoons. We got a lot of expensive big ships, a lot of containers. So I'm guessing someone's salvaging. Scorpion Navy issue, more Megathrons, a Demos. Yeah, we've got people bringing. We got a Rook here.
Yeah, a lot of battleships at least. Don't see a ton of others. A Navy APOC.
Yeah, Navy APOC here.
So another I don't know, kind of brief explanation of what's possible in EVE. I don't know how many of you out there are new. I assume a lot of you are, though. And EVE has this really broad selection of ships you can field, and not only do you sort of get to choose which ship you want to fly on any given day, and not only are you able to train to be able to fly any ship in the game given time and the desire, but it's fit according to your own style, your own kind of strategy, and I don't know something good to compare it to, but you basically choose from a giant selection of items that range in quality, range in type and function. And so when you're looking at a field like this, it's not only that you're seeing 1,500 player ships, it's that you're seeing 1,500 different player ships. I mean, it's almost impossible I don't know about like math, but it seems to me like it's very unlikely that any two of them are fit alike, unless it's been coordinated by the players themselves, which just sort of kind of goes to like the amazing kind of complexity and depth of the game, which is what keeps a lot of us playing it for a long time.
Yeah, and like as I said earlier, we're not the only ones streaming EVE. If you want to know what this game is about in a more day-to-day type play style thing, like how people play it on a daily basis, there are EVE streams running pretty much all day, every day, right here on Twitch TV, and you can check that out by opening up the EVE Online game listing, and that will show you what EVE streams are live at each time. And if you bookmark that page and you're curious about EVE, then you can check in there, and there's a lot of helpful people there that'll answer your questions, and they'll let you know where the problems lie, what's hard, what's easy. They'll help you with everything you need. So definitely check out the EVE streams and the Dust streams when those are up. That's also here on Twitch. I know a couple of people that are streaming Dust. So yeah, definitely check those out.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch stream chat for a few questions. People definitely have a lot to say, but yeah, I don't know. This fight just kind of continues. The Caldari Navy Chimera that was being shot at by the Galent Navy is now getting into armor, and it looks like he's actually going to explode in like just a couple seconds here. And
Yeah, he's in the middle of the fray right now.
Yeah, kind of down
right there.
Down in the lower left where the smart bombs are going off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like directly below the back of the Titan.
Oh yeah. And
you can see all the white blaster shots hitting it. Oh, there he goes.
And then you can also see the Caldari Navy working on the Thanatos to the upper right, kind of in the center of where all the Galente caps are.
So a quick update on tie-dye. Tie-dye is at 18% right now. We got 1,410 people in local, and things are happening really, really fast. We have a lot of ships here, and there's a lot of action.
I feel like because you've mentioned tie-dye a lot, we should sort of explain what tie-dye is.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because players are constantly sort of pushing the technical limitations of online gaming. A while back, we had this very cool solution arise where rather than crashing the servers when things got kind of too big or too crazy, the servers actually just slow down time now to account for the massive amount of stuff that's going on if it gets to be too much. And it's always kind of, the performance is always improving, but when things get insanely large and complicated, rather than just crashing like they used to, now the servers slow things down, and that way the fights can keep happening. And that's made way for things like the Asakai fight that made news everywhere recently possible, which is really awesome.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great improvement, like life improvement for big fleet fights to have a tie-dye, and I know a lot of people love it. So CCP Veritas gets a pat on the back for that one. Everyone type hearts in stream chat for CCP Veritas.
And it looks like the new primary target for the Galente Navy is dropping really quickly. He's already at like 40% shield HP and taking damage. So these navies chewing away at each other. A really important part of EVE, and I'm not sure how good these Navy commanders are at this, but target selection is very, very important when you're in a PvP fight, as many of the players on this field are. By the way, I'm just noticing there is a lot of smart bombing going on. I see typhoons all over a couple typhoons and an Armageddon smart bombing. It's kind of awesome. Killing drones, killing pods, all kinds of stuff, I'm sure. But to get back to my point, like I talked a little bit about the strategy involved in choosing a ship and designing a ship. Another enormous part of strategy in this game is you have these large fights. You have the potential for fights where there's thousands of people in the same system fighting each other, and those fights, there's no kind of built-in architecture to or game mechanics to govern the organization of players in those fights. I mean, you can form fleets that help you organize your chat channels and maybe spread skill bonuses and stuff like that, but ultimately a person is responsible for coordinating and managing all those players and making sure that they're all shooting the right thing, that they're all warping to the right place. And that's really not easy, and it leads to us having like super scary, feared fleet commanders in the game that are known for being better than almost all of the other 495,000 players in the universe. And that's pretty awesome. It kind of makes it so that the limits to what you can do are sort of only decided by how smart you are and how hard you're willing to work, which is
and as you say that chimera explodes.
Awesome. I see another Galente Navy ship taking damage in the upper right. It looks like that's a Moros, one of the dreadnoughts, of which there are quite a few remaining. That's the main ship you see for the Galente Navy all over the screen. It looks like there's I don't know, maybe 20 of them here in the battle.
Well, I can when I look at my screen, I can pretty much tell you that there is a lot of player fighting going on. There are capsules being scrammed. There are player ships getting tackled every single second. It's a lot of things happening.
I'm going to bring back up the overlay here so you guys can again get a sense of how many players are in the fight, how many players have died, how spread out this fight is, and all importantly, how much HP the Titan has left.
Yeah, we can probably just like try and find a fight somewhere on the edge here that wouldn't cause like too much graphical.
Oh, we've
Oh,
got
we've got
a
a
Razor
Razor
Naga
Naga
Fleet
Fleet
on
on
grid. Let me see if I can get my view to lock somewhere over there. It's not gonna.
Nah, you're too far away, fortunately.
I'm gonna get over there. I wanna see what they're doing. So, you know, we sort of alluded to the fact that this event was going to be happening. We weren't very specific, and because of technical, you know, obstacles, we can't allow everybody in EVE to come into the system and participate, or they would. And so what you're seeing here is an organized group. Razor is an alliance in game, a player alliance in game, and they've brought a fleet that's got an organized composition. Does a lot of damage from long range, and so they're sitting outside the fight, sniping in, probably picking off player ships, possibly working on the Titan itself, which is pretty awesome. And they'll be led by one player or two players, and they will have sort of organized themselves beforehand. We see another group sort of down here to the lower left, also fielding a lot of attack battlecruisers. These guys more in tornadoes, it looks like, and there's a lot of wrecks over there, so I don't know if that's them getting shot at by other players or if that's them killing anything that comes near them. But a lot of smaller dynamics going on in this fight. We have this central conflict, of course, between the you know, the two Navy factions, but along the edges and probably down in the center of the battle as well, we have players duking it out.
Yeah, so for new people that just got into the stream and not necessarily know what EVE is, what you're looking at right now is a large-scale battle between two of the NPC factions in the game. They've been having a stalemate for quite some time, like a Cold War type of thing, and a huge Titan-class ship was placed as a warning of destruction if anything disturbed the peace from the Caldari side, and it just happened so that the Galente, they wouldn't take it anymore. They said, you guys left us with no choice, we're gonna have to take you down. So that's what's being happened right now. The live event, this is a live event, it's going on, it's gonna shape the story of EVE, and everything, like all the, if you bring back brackets up for a short while, every single box on that screen that's yellow, that's a single player. Every single blue and white triangle, that's a destroyed ship. Every single X, that's a unmanned drone that does damage. So you can really see the scale of this fight. There's a lot of people shooting each other at that point in time right now.
And if it seems enormously confusing, don't be, you know, if you haven't seen the game before and you're totally overwhelmed by it, don't worry about that. What you're seeing is not typical for what's happening, like early on in the game. It's also not a typical view to see it from. It's kind of awesome to see it this way. We're like kind of back from the battle and we're looking at it through a camera ship, if you will. But if you're actually participating, the experience would look a lot different. It would be extremely fast-paced. It would be you would have a ship to manage. You'd have modules on that ship, guns, and you know, shields, all kinds of stuff that you would be managing, and you'd be making decisions about where you wanted that ship to go and what you wanted it to do. And you would have made the decision that brought you to the fight in the first place. So we're just trying to kind of offer you a view to give a sense of EVE's story, EVE's scale, and what players can do in EVE Online. So yeah, don't be intimidated by it. It's I don't know, not as overwhelming as it looks. And it's beautiful also, which is pretty awesome.
And it's, again, worth mentioning that at the same time that this is going on, as we have over 1,500 people fighting in this battle, there are also 1,700 people fighting on the planet in Dust 514, which is pretty epic, to say the least. I mean, you have these two intertwined worlds that shape each other's storyline, and have world in real time through, like, one is on PS3, the other one is on PC. You have, like, this still kind of blows my mind, and I work here. I'm still, my mind is blown every day.
And I kind of want to, I should introduce this again, by the way. It's been like half an hour now. We might as well tell people who we are. So I'm CCP Rise. I'm kind of a newbie here at CCP, but I've been an EVE player for a very long time, and I love the game. And I'm joined with by CCP Bro, who is kind of CCP's master in command for streaming, for kind of what else? Like tournaments,
Tournaments,
kind
yeah.
of the kind of almost esportsy scene, if you will, kind of making Eve viewable by the masses, which is awesome. I'm trying to get something else to look at.
Yeah, definitely. And while you're talking about making Eve viewable, our players are doing that every single day. They truly are doing an amazing job of creating content through streams, and that's something that is really worth checking out for everyone. After this event is over, jump over to the player streams. If you have the capability to stream yourself, that's really cool as well. We always like to see new streamers and new people showing off their perspective of the game, because EVE Online really is a game that you can't capture the game in words. You kind of need to capture them in visuals, and people need to see how this works. So everyone that streams, you're helping the community, you're helping CCP, you're awesome.
I wanted to comment, I'm easily trolled, I guess, but someone in the stream chat has kind of said that EVE is a game about griefing, and I know that a lot of people who've thought about playing EVE or have heard about EVE are a little intimidated by EVE's reputation for being a game that's kind of, I don't know, uninviting, that it's difficult and that you'll be just abused as a new player. And I don't know, I also, while there is stories of kind of grief and a lot of player freedom, one of the cool things about EVE is it shows that given a lot of freedom, players do a lot of really awesome stuff. And as I was talking, this Naga fleet kind of like flew right over the top of my camera, and those are people that are cooperating. You know, this is a situation where maybe you would be griefed, maybe you would be killed instantly for showing up if you were alone or didn't know what you were doing or something like that. But there's these you know, giant organizations of people that want to support you, that want you to participate in the game, that have developed amazing resources for getting people into the game and into giant conflicts as early as possible. And I don't know, EVE has kind of shown me kind of how awesome people can be, even though there's a lot of the other side as well. And the freedom kind of makes the whole experience a lot more valuable. So don't dismiss it too easily, I guess. I have a way zoomed out view now. When I went out to brackets last time, I zoomed out and I couldn't find something to lock on to zoom back in because there's just so much going on. I'll try to switch back in a minute, but this really long range view is kind of cool, actually. And it looks like another super carrier is about to die, actually. I know you guys can't see the HP on this screen. Sorry about that. It isn't possible for my camera ship to lock things, so I can't show you HP on anything, but that's not too big of a deal. And
well, I can tell you live right now that this Wyvern is down to 68% structure, so it's about to go pop. And it's down to about 50%, below 50 right now. You know what? We should just turn off the screen and do this completely as a radio show. That would make sense right now. And it's gone.
What?
The Wyvern just died.
Nice.
So.
Alright. Got a new view for you guys. Looks like I'm centered really close to a Galente Navy Moros. Which is one of the Capital Dreadnought class ships. It's taking a lot of damage. It looks like it's taking some damage from a player ship. You can see that ship, smaller one right next to it, it's almost whipping into it. That's a player-piloted Hyperion, which is a battleship. It's pretty expensive, so guy's kind of a baller for bringing that out.
So yeah, now the focus for the Galente has switched over to the Wyvern of Ratsuri Altima. These names are tongue twisters, to say the least. He's taking damage right now.
You can see the crazy spider web of those like green lasers. Those are armor rep effects. So every line you see that's a kind of one of those little light green lasers is someone giving armor HP to someone else. And managing logistics chains is another cool strategic thing EVE offers. I mean, there's so many strategic elements that kind of get lost in the giant, I don't know, blob of crazy stuff that's going on here. But I can assure you there's a lot of people, I don't know, thinking hard together, trying to figure out the kind of the most effective thing for them to be doing in this fight.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely check out some of the dust action going on as well. I know there's some people linking streams in chat. That's really cool to have people showing off what's happening in Dust at the same time, because remember, this battle is not only happening in Eve, it's happening in Dust as well. And what happens in both games impacts the ultimate result of this fight.
Trying to get a view of the Titan again here, the sort of centerpiece for this whole fight, this Caldari Titan that's been kind of in the storyline, hanging out near this planet as sort of a threat to the Gallente Navy for some time. And the whole purpose here for the Gallente Navy is to remove it. You can see it over there to the right. It's extremely big. And you can see all these Gallente Navy capital ships in the way. There we go. Looks like another Caldari Navy Chimera, which is one of the carriers, is about to go down. So these cap fleets definitely chewing each other apart here. It's hard to say how many there are total from my perspective, but they are whittling away at each other. So
yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that things are happening, at the least. That's pretty clear. So yeah, you see all those armor repair effects coming out. You see the Titan. It's just all the fight is happening right behind it. I don't know if it's trying to get away. But it's pointing away from the fight. Highly doubt it's going to get anywhere from this, really.
If you guys will let me turn brackets on again for a minute, I want to see what. Okay.
Like, that way we can have the overview and you can see the Titan HP. It's going down. Like, let's just. The Titan is at 3% shield and 94% armor, so.
Oh wow.
Something's happening.
Looks like they've stopped trying to whittle away at each other, and they are now focused on bringing that Titan down. I'm gonna shift my view to a little closer to the Titan, if I can. And I feel like a little frustrated with the frame rate loss here, and that's because it's not typical. The problem is the streaming, not the game itself.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, streaming is a really CPU intensive process, so running a huge EVE battle and with all the graphics at max while running the stream, it takes a big toll on the machine. But so as the Titan is taking armor damage and is going down really quick, I just wanted to say to everyone that's new to this game, new to Dust, doesn't know exactly what's happening here, you can experience it all by yourself, all for yourself, not by yourself, because there's a lot of
Oh,
people.
the Titan's going down, dude. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. This is the exciting point. The Titan's going down. It's into structure right now. Just look at 95% structure, 84. It's happening ever so slowly. With every single shot that's fired, it's getting closer and closer to death. The Caldari are not having a good day today. That's pretty sure.
Yeah, this is
55% structure.
pretty crazy. That thing held on for a really long time. And
Yeah, but with a breakdown of all the reps it was getting, now finally the Gallente can turn around and just kill it.
so low.
16% structure, and it's gone. The Titan is gone.
Let's see if we get the. There it goes.
And it's gone.
And now people will go for some.
I'm not sure what happens next. I know that like, now the primary objective is gone, and we still have 1,500 people in local. What's gonna happen? Like, is everybody just gonna go ahead and kill each other right now? Is this gonna be a Thunderdome? We just simply don't know.
Oh. I know that there's a Titan wreck that needs to be looted. I wonder if there's anything good on there. And it looks
well,
like...
it was a Caldari Navy Titan, so there probably is something good.
Yeah, but you're right. The fight is not going to stop. I mean, players are probably going to be killing each other here for quite some time.
Yeah, unfortunately there was no explosion, but there is a wreck.
Yeah, there is a wreck. Let's see if we can get a view of that. Wrecked Titan. Yeah. Navy's still brawling it out, huh? Oh.
Yeah, the Navy's still brawling it out. This is far from over right now. This is just, now this is a slugfest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this has been quite the slugfest for some time. CCP bro had to sneeze, hit his head on the desk.
Ah, that was not a pro move. I had to sneeze and I bumped my head on the table. That was a mistake. That hurt.
All right, guys. So I wanna recap a little bit. I see people asking if you're tuning in. This is first of all, this is EVE Online, and what you're looking at is a live event, which is something we run. There's a team here at CCP that runs live events around once a week. This is one of the biggest ones ever. It kind of helps shape the storyline. That's the backdrop for the player experience in EVE Online. And so we have kind of story characters here, conflict between the Caldari Navy and the Galente Navy, two factions that have been at war with each other, two of our major factions. We have 4 major factions in EVE Online, factions players can be part of. And they've been battling here above this planet in Luminaire. Players have contributed, they've shown up. We sort of let people know this was something that could happen. And there's just this giant battle raging here above the planet. And yeah.
Yeah, and so I finished what I was saying earlier. If you're new to EVE Online, you've never played the game, but you're curious as to how this works and what's actually happening here, you can experience it for yourself for free. You can get a 14-day trial for free at trial.eveonline.com. If you're more of the first-person shooter type of player and you like playing some FPSs, you can get Dust 514 on the PS3 for free in the PlayStation Store. So go check those out, as well as once this event is over, which I don't know when the fighting's going to stop, but hopefully when everyone's dead, you should definitely go and check out some of the other player streams that are running regularly here on Twitch. I know we have a bunch of them up right now, and if you are an existing EVE player and you think you have something to offer to new players and viewers, then I highly encourage you all to start streaming and start making a name for yourself in the streaming scene and helping out creating content and all in all being really cool guys.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just I want to reiterate, this is an event sort of put on by CCP to kind of add to and constantly change the story of the EVE universe, which is really cool. The aesthetic of the game is amazing.